Hello and welcome to Karibuni, Jikoni. My name is Chef Carol. We are on Let Me Cook Your Dish. And my guest today is Mr. Mwaniki Mageria. So,
Jambo, habari zenu?
Salama sana. Karibuni Jikoni.
Asante sana.
Jikoni.
Nawakilisha Kenya.
Yes. Perfect. That's good. So, Mwaniki Mageria is the host. Do you say host or presenter of Foods of Kenya?
Yes.
Yes. And that is a brilliant show, Mwaniki.
Thank you.
You know, I first of all, let me start by asking you: Is that beard real?
Yes, I'm aging nicely. It is. It's very real.
And you've not colored one side. It's
You want me to color it? I can color it if you want, but
no. I'm asking you because it looks like you put some. It's growing in a strange way. It's like
there's
a line where you have the gray and the black.
Exactly.
And it's real.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
But it's getting gray. It's starting to gray now. It's starting to gray on the other side. So very soon I think I'll be all gray.
But it looks good on you.
Oh, thank you. It's now a trademark. Anywhere I go, even the police, when they see me, they ask, "Oh, niwewe."
Yeah, it is really.
So when I get stopped in traffic, it's good because I can tell the guy, no. And I'm speeding because I'm going to work quickly. Yeah.
So, but we met about, I think, 10 years ago. Must have been 10 years ago on River Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, you're right. When I was selling movies, I was actually selling movies at the time.
Exactly. And that time was like, okay,
Riverwood.
I met you. Yes, I met you through a mutual friend. And you remember that point you took us to eat Vibibis on River Road.
I took it.
Yes.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
We ate what?
Vibibis, this rice pancakes.
Oh my goodness! We ate rice pancakes.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember that.
And they were so delicious. It was the first time I was eating Vibibis, and I remember you because of that. And
oh wow! Yes, I like my food. I like my food.
And you know what happened? We've not been in contact, and we hear about each other so sporadically.
Yes.
And then I was going through YouTube, looking for foods, Kenyan foods, and then I saw Foods of Kenya, and I was like, "This is Mwaniki." Living in Germany. Living in Germany, I don't get to see everything that is happening in Kenya, and that was so cool. And I was like, I know this guy, and just watching it, I thought it would be nice to chat with you about it. And before I continue, Mwaniki's favorite dish is chapati, stuffed chapati with beef. And you said it has to have some cheese in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what I'll be. Yes, so that's what I'll be preparing today. And I have to be honest with you, Mwaniki. So the way we met, it was like I met this nice guy, interesting, and we were chatting, and it was just nice having a conversation with you. But that was it. So I knew this nice guy called Mwaniki. So when we talked about doing this show, and thank you for taking this time to be on my show, Mwaniki.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
Yeah, I did like everybody else does. I went online searching for you to know something about you. And I'm telling you, I think that was a mistake.
What? Why?
Because I saw so many things about you.
Really?
I at that point got scared and thought like, whoa, what will I be talking with this guy about?
There's so much to talk about.
I know, but then you get scared by the figure.
Oh,
I know
no.
you
Imagine.
as a person, and
Yeah.
I knew you. It's not much, but I knew you. But then when you
Mm,
see and hear what is all around you, and that is, I
mm,
think, the mistake we make as human beings.
mm,
When if I had known you the way I know you now from the internet,
mm.
I would have put you somewhere else, just a figure that, ooh, that celeb guy.
And that's why
And
being
then
a celeb is such a lonely thing,
I think so too.
because
That's what
people
I
put
thought.
you up there and they forget about you as a
Yeah,
person, as a human being.
yeah. And they
Yeah.
don't get to know you as a
Mm,
person. And that's why I'm
mm.
so happy. I knew you before I saw what was
Yeah.
online, because I think we would not have had this this there was
Nah, I'm still
former present
approachable.
yeah,
I'm
former
still
presenter,
approachable.
Capital, there was something about Story Yangu, Get to the
Yes, yes.
Kitchen, Secretary
Mm,
General of Riverwood, founder of
mm,
Kalasha Film and TV Awards, board
mm.
meeting of the Kenya Film Commission, treasurer of Guild of the
Hey,
list
you've
is
done your
endless.
homework. You've done your homework.
The list is endless. And,
Yeah.
congratulations. You're doing a great
Thank
work.
you. Just trying to
And
contribute to society as much as I can.
yeah. So when do you do all this, Mwaniki?
Well, so I have 24 hours just like you, so I just somewhere in between there. And by the way, I was on the board of the Kenya Film Commission. I finished my term, my 2 terms.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
now on the board of the Kenya Copyright Board, which takes care of the rights of creatives and intellectual property rights. So I'm now on that board. It's a government board that takes care of copyright,
Mm,
which is now what the biggest thing now, like what we're doing now, this has got an
yeah.
IP component to it, an intellectual property component. So we make sure
Okay.
that people are getting their money's worth out of the intellectual property that they own.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's government sanctioned. In fact, the president has been talking about it quite a bit. He's very keen on ensuring that creatives make money out of their content.
Yeah, that's very important. That's very important. And you're
Yeah.
still on Riverwood and
Yeah.
films.
Riverwood will never go. That's my baby. It's in fact now we're going to the next phase of huge distribution. We want to start seeing Riverwood movies on Netflix and other platforms,
Oh,
even African. Yes, we're even starting an African Netflix platform. That's something that we hope will be big in another 2 or 3 years.
wow, wow. I love that.
Yeah.
And we don't get to see much of Kenyan films. I don't know
Yes,
why.
that's true.
And I think Kenyans are creative people, innovative people. Why is
Yes.
that? Why
We're
is
trying
it
to
that?
figure. That's a good question. One of
Yeah.
our biggest problems is that we for a long time we've not been telling our stories from our perspective. We have such a huge
Yes.
influence from the West, so our stories have always
Mm-hmm.
been Western influenced. But what
Yeah.
we are seeing now is people have woken up and started saying we need to tell our story as Kenyans. We need to tell our story as people from Africa. So right now we are seeing a lot more movies that are coming out that can cross the boundary to international. The other thing
Mm.
about why we don't see a lot of Kenyan movies is in Kenya, our movies. You see what happened. For instance, let me give an example of Nigeria. In Nigeria, the movies are very big. When they
Mm.
come out, they're watched by lots of people. I think you can say about millions. Millions of people watch their
Yeah.
movies in Nigeria. The
Yeah.
ones that do
Yeah.
well are the ones that travel outside to places, to platforms like Netflix. But in Kenya,
Mm.
our biggest problem has been distribution of our movies. Not enough people get to see our movies, so they
The
don't reach a certain
distribution.
threshold. Yes, yeah, distribution. So now we're
Okay.
solving that problem. We're solving the distribution problem.
So the
More
distribution.
cinemas,
Okay.
yeah, more cinemas. But also, apart from more cinemas, you see, if the movies are seen and enjoyed at home, then you can convince international people to show the movies. So that is what we're trying to do,
Exactly.
to get a lot more.
Yeah.
Yes. So we want to have the movies seen as far as the villages. So we'll have mobile screenings, and we'll show them
Wow.
in institutions like universities and schools, so that we can get the numbers that will enable the international community to say, let's have this movie coming to the international market. So that's what we're working on at the moment.
Yeah. So are you involved in the production of the films, or is it more the distribution and the marketing? That's what you do.
We do have, yes, we do have a business, a film production company with my business partner Eugene Bolua. In fact, he's the one who's created a lot of content that I am the host for. Even Foods of Kenya is his creation.
Yeah, I've seen his name. Yeah.
So, yes. He's a I call him a child prodigy. He's young. He's very young. He's not yet 30, but he's done incredible stuff in terms of influencing content in area. So we do produce, like Story Yangu, we produce Foods of Kenya, we produce Get in the Kitchen, Our Perfect Wedding, Best of. We have several productions that are on air at the moment. And even the current ones we're doing now are like Concert Nyumbani, because of what we're having. Everybody's at home, so we're bringing the concert to people at home. So it's called Concert Nyumbani, which I host with a lady called Aziad. And it's something that you will enjoy. It's going to be coming out in July. And people
on KTN,
even on all channels. It's sponsored by the Kenya Film Commission, so it's going to be
all channels.
Yes, all channels, and even online after that. So you'll be able to watch it in Germany as well. So we do production, but he heads the production of that. I don't do too much of the production. I enter as a host and sometimes as a consultant producer.
So your company is Balozi Production.
No. Balozi now is on the down low. Balozi was doing distribution, but I'm now coming back to that. That's what I'm coming back to. But our company is called Documentary and Reality TV. DNR TV. That's what. Formerly Young Rich. Young Rich is the better known name. Young Rich TV. But now, because he decided he's not young anymore, or it's not going to be young for very long, he changed the name to Documentary and Reality TV.
But you still look young, Mwaniki. You still look young.
My children are in university, my dear.
But that doesn't change how you look. The children don't define how we feel and how we look. My daughter is now 10, and she was born the other day. So when she turned 10, I was like, I think I'm getting old.
They grow so fast.
Yeah.
So what did I tell you? So now distribution is the other thing that I do. I'm known more for distribution. That is my career and profession. So apart from being a host, I distribute. That's what keeps. Well, that's my contribution to society, basically. So we're trying to grow that distribution aspect of things. I'm working with renowned distributors across East Africa, so that we can be able to put our movies on the world map. The other thing that we have a problem with and we're solving is that we don't produce a consistent number of movies. Like 2 years ago, we had very many movies and we were doing so well. They even went across to other festivals around the world, to Berlinale, Cannes Film Festival, Zanzibar Film Festival, Ouagadougou. They went all over the place. We had a lot of movies that went all over the place. But then last year there was only 2 movies that came out. So we're like, hey, we need some sort of consistency.
So the consistency is not there.
Yeah,
I've lost my camera, Christian.
You've lost your camera?
No, I'm
but
back.
I can hear you.
Yeah. The sound continues. So what do you do about the consistency? Is it funds that lack for this kind of production?
Yes. What actually happens is most of the producers use their own funds, and if they don't get good distribution, though, that money does not come back. So they have to now save again over another period of time to get more money to do the next movie. If we can solve that problem, which is what we're doing, then you will see a lot more consistency. Like consistency, quality to improve, and we'll be able to compete. We are associating very closely with our Nigerian brothers who have, of course, gone ahead of us. They're doing very well. Nigeria is doing extremely well.
Yeah.
Right now, Nigeria is doing very, very well.
And it started so small, and I was like, oh, Nigerian movies,
and quality was not good.
Yeah,
the stories were the same with
the stories with witchcraft.
Uchawi.
My husband sleeping with the house girl. The same story.
Yeah, same.
Like in every movie, but they are doing well. They're doing
very good. They're doing international standard movies. If you go into Netflix and look for the Nigerian movies, you will be surprised. I can even give you some names that are very, very nice movies there.
Yeah. And you're saying we'll in the near future we'll be seeing Kenyan movies on Netflix.
Yes. That we have to reach that level where the films are a hit at home. If they're a hit at home, then we'll take them on.
Yeah. And is the government funding this?
They're trying to. They're going to help us a bit. But what we're trying to do is work not with government, but with the private sector. Government, yes, they can give us some support. But I think what this needs to be is a private sector undertaking, just like in Nigeria. They went off and started making money with it. Then the government followed up. Did catch up. So we need to have ourselves moving forward first, because government always tells us they don't have enough money, which is understandable, because development-wise they have other things. Infrastructure is more important for them.
That's true.
Sometimes we also have international funds. But when you're building a local industry, it's best to do it with your local financing and local support.
That's true. Yeah. So, guys,
are you going to start crying now and see onions?
I have a sharp knife. I'm just saying, if guys are joining in now, I'm chatting with Mwaniki Mageria. So, do I say Mwaniki Mageria, or do I say Mwaniki Mageria, or do I say Mwaniki Mageria?
You can say.
I can say it there.
I was sat down by an old man the other day. I was at a wedding, and I said, my name is Mwaniki Mageria. He came to me and said, you're not Mageria, you're Mageria. Uge Mwaniki wa Mageria. Some talk speaking like Mzungu. Say Mwaniki Mageria.
And talking of old guys and meeting people, on Foods of Kenya, this must be very interesting. Where you go to the villages, the people, the food, of course. And I was thinking about this because I have these big dreams and what I want to do, and I was thinking, like, after I progress with my show, this is something I would want to do. Go to the villages, have people basically you've stolen my show, because
there's enough for everybody. Yeah, that's true. I think we need to celebrate our culture.
Yes.
And that's why I'm so excited to be on Karibuni Jikoni, because Karibuni Jikoni is in Germany, yet you are speaking Kiswahili and you're telling people, this is our food. You did nyama choma this last year. Was it yesterday? This weekend you're doing nyama choma.
Yeah.
And people love that, because
we have to do that. Yeah. Especially with our food.
Exactly. Which is why I told you to do chapati, because chapati unajua ni chakula yetu. Lazima tu. Chapo ni chakula ya nini ya kucelebrate, ya sherehe, you have to have chapati. We're having a celebration.
Exactly. I think this is very important, and that's why I do this where I am in Germany. I could cook some German food because I learned as a chef here, but I have a relationship to our foods.
Exactly.
And there's another kind of passion, and this is what our guests also see, because when we started, for example, we started with German and African, and after some time, people almost only wanted our African food. Yes, because
that's fantastic.
They can see the passion. I think I do it differently. I have a connection to that food, and that is why I was before I saw your show. That's what I was looking for. I like these different kinds of African food, seeing what people eat. And I kind of envy you because you're getting to have all that.
Everybody envies me. Even me, sometimes I can't believe I'm so lucky.
How do you get to know these people? How do you go fast? Machinani uko ndani?
You know, there's something called is it 6 degrees of separation? So if you want somebody in a particular area, all you have to do is ask somebody and somebody will know somebody who knows somebody. So for instance, when we wanted to go to Central, we were looking for somebody who cooks proper motura and those kind of things and knows how to with a jaburi kuchinja mbuzi to slaughter the goat and all that. The whole process. So you find that someone says, "Oh, at my Gurario, there was like a certain mzee who knew what he was doing." So Gurario is like a pre-wedding party. Where you go and take where the two families come together traditionally. So so you find the guy who did that comes from a certain area and somebody has his number. So we call the person. He tells me, "Oh, come. In fact," so we go to him and then he tells us, "Oh, and there's somebody who cooks like this." So the person is called. So it's basically linking. Then once we started getting on air and people started seeing, now we get people calling us. Right now we get anything from between 50 to 100 requests every month.
Really?
To go somewhere. Yeah. Kenya, by the way, Kenya is so beautiful. It is such a beautiful country with really happy, lovely people. We have been to 43 different shall I call them tribes? 43 different tribes. Not really. I wouldn't say tribes. Locations. We've been able to cover 43 different communities, and because some of them are sub-tribes. Like for instance, the Luyas, we've done 4 different sub-tribes: the Bukusu, the Teso, the Banyala, the oh my God, how can I forget the names? Samia, and different people like those. So
and they all have
you can see it's the one, and they all have unique foods. The good thing is we only cook 2 or 3 dishes. Well, not 2, 3 or 4 dishes. So you will have any particular community has got thousands of dishes. So we only take the ones that we've not seen before, and we ask them to do. Though one that we always do, and it's very interesting, is ugali. Ugali is so interesting that it is the one dish that everybody knows, but people do it so differently around the whole country. That's been very, very interesting. In Kenya, we say the Luya do not play with food. And from my show, I can tell you, those guys have got serious food, strength-giving food, Ingo, yes, Ingo, which is kuku, but they have a lot of natural. They use a lot of natural grains. They love wimbi. They love mtama. So that's millet and sorghum. They use a lot of that. They use a lot of natural greens that give them strength. They use milk. They even use sour milk and use it in different ways. They make ghee. It's really amazing the kind of things that we see among the people. We've even been to the Karamajong. Karamajong are a tribe that borders between Kenya and Uganda, and they actually make butter. They even make butter. Can you imagine? And they cook with it. Yeah, butter. It's
wow.
the kind of things. Yeah, and then they use a gourd. They put milk in it, and every day the lady just shakes it like this. It's tied on a tree, so it's on a pendulum, like a pendulum. So when she has finished her other chores, she just stands there and starts doing this to shake the milk, and the milk churning the milk, and as she churns it becomes thicker and thicker. Then you have, and it separates the oil from the butter, and she's able to make butter, and they use that to cook. It's really, I'm learning a lot from the different places I've been to. You go to places where they preserve grain, and it can stay for.
I'm even forgetting to cook. so
Sorry.
interesting. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Continue
Yeah.
talking more about Mwaniki.
The places where they preserve grain, for instance, among the Taita
Yeah,
take maize, they make they pop the maize until it's like popcorn, eh? It becomes really nice and hard. Then they grind that, they dry it completely. Then they grind that and then they make it into like a cake and they put it
yeah.
in a banana leaves and
The
they
cameras.
boil the yeah, sorry, shall I stop? Yeah, okay.
No,
They
no, no,
boil
no.
the banana leaves. They boil with everything in the banana leaves. It stays
Yeah,
inside the water
yeah.
and it boils. When it comes out, it's a hard cake, and that cake can last 6 months. Can you imagine? 6 months, yeah, no refrigeration, nothing. That cake, as it is, lasts 6 months. So that's the kind of things that people have in terms
Oh,
of preservation, and these are the cultures that we have lost in modern. So we have to
yeah,
go and get something on the shelf
yeah.
and check the expiry date, kind of thing. This particular one,
Exactly.
the lady said,
Yeah,
yeah, we have it, yeah. It's very, very
yeah.
interesting.
These traditions are interesting.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah,
Then we have been brought up to believe that we should not take blood. Blood is
yeah.
can give you sickness and I can.
It's
But I have
dirty.
been to this. Yeah, I've been the kind of the way they handle blood. For instance, the Maasais and the Ilchamus and
Yeah.
what are the people the Ogiek. The way they handle blood, it does not get contaminated and they're able to create different things that you can eat and drink even for a long time. Some of them actually even cook it, and it becomes really black. It's very very black, and and and
Mm,
and uh, and because they've cooked it for a long time, it actually stays. They can carry it and eat it later.
mm. So
Others mix it with
becomes hard and becomes like meat, or can you still drink it
exactly.
after
It
it's cooked?
becomes like yes, it
Like
becomes like
yeah,
meat. Exactly, it
yeah,
becomes like
yeah,
liver.
yeah,
It looks like liver.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's really
And this
it's
is what we
the
do
kind of things.
in our modern ways, and we want to be modern, and
Exactly.
we are forgetting our traditions. We are forgetting our
Where it comes
foods.
from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is the problem we have with obesity, for example, because we are eating
Yes, yes.
processed foods. We have forgotten the
With a lot
food
of
that
preservatives and things. Yeah.
with a lot of preservatives, with a lot of sugars, with a lot of you
Mhm.
don't really know what
Yes.
you're eating.
Sugar,
And
by the way, refined sugar is one of the biggest problems. In fact, someone told our pastor tells us the biggest drug in the world is sugar,
sugar, yeah,
because
yeah,
because it's addictive. You don't want to stop eating sugar,
yeah, that's
um,
true. And you know
but
the
sugar is not good for
industry,
you.
yeah, the industry also does that because
Yeah,
it makes one addicted to it. So they're putting sugar in all the products.
yeah,
And
yeah.
one thing I try and I'm fighting for, and I always try to do, is to encourage people to prepare their own foods, and not buy supermarket foods.
Exactly. I'm so
Yeah.
glad for COVID because COVID has made us cook a lot more at home. And for the first month, we added a lot of weight. We became fat because we're eating all the time. But now I think we've been able to adjust.
Christian
But
is
we've been
laughing
cooking a lot.
because that's what he says too. Everybody was
Yeah,
cooking, everybody was at home, not doing a lot, just eating.
yeah.
Yeah,
We got
yeah,
so fat. We got very fat. Yeah, but now
yeah. But
we're
the
doing a lot
idea,
of exercise and yeah.
mm,
But yes, now people are cooking for themselves a lot more. We are seeing people
yeah,
selling a lot of um, fresh produce on the side of the road because there
yeah.
was a lot of revenue. Revenue was cut, so people are starting to think, "Oh my God, what do I do?" So people are
What do
getting
I do?
fresh
Yeah.
produce. They're putting it
Mm,
in their cars and they're going to different places and trying to sell it because these
yeah.
are crazy times. You need to survive. Huh?
You need
So
to,
that's
this is
yeah.
also how I
So
started my Karibuni Jikoni.
exactly,
Actually, it started
exactly. So,
during,
oh really?
no,
Oh
I
yeah,
was doing
because
some shows before that. I was doing, but what I was doing is, Mwaniki, I
mm,
was inviting people to come here,
yeah,
um, cook with me because I love that. I'm a chef and I like
yeah,
cooking, but then I also love this, talking to people, cooking with
mm,
them, being with them.
mm,
And then when COVID came, I couldn't
mm.
do that. I
Of
couldn't
course, they
invite
couldn't
people
come in
here.
anymore. Yes,
Yeah.
so
So
you
I
got the
had
idea
to
to do it online.
do a reset and think, what now? I
What can
still
I do?
need this.
Yeah.
I still need to talk to people. And
Mm,
I'm loving this because I can now cook with you or for you in Kenya.
exactly. All
And
right.
let me cook your dish.
Only problem is there is no DHL that can bring it to me right now.
Yeah, I think
You are going to eat it, and I will just look at you as you eat my meal.
you how it looks, and I'll make it so beautiful.
Sasa itabidi ukija Kenya unipikia hiyo chakula.
I will. And I just hope when I come to Kenya, you take me with you to one of those.
That would be nice. That would actually be very nice. Yeah, that would
I
be a
would
lot of fun.
do that. Yeah, I don't know when I'll be coming because the borders are still not open. But this is something that, like I said, I would really love to do that. It's a dream of mine to go and just because like I said, I do an African restaurant, and I want to try as many things as possible. I want to offer, my guests as many things as possible.
Varied dishes as possible.
African dishes, and I do authentic African dishes. I don't try to change anything to suit their taste, and because that would be authentic.
So you do it as authentic as possible.
I do it.
People they like the tastes, eh?
Exactly. Mwaniki, I think it's how you present what you're doing. If you present something with a passion and show people that this is who I am, this is what I am, just take me the way I am or leave me,
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that's what our guests love. They love the African food, and I would like
I'm glad to hear that they like the African food as you do it. Hiyo ni chapo, eh?
This is chapo I'm making now, and it's looking.
Man, it looks so good. I'm hungry now. I have to go to the kitchen and raid my wife's chapatis.
Do you cook?
Chapati? I don't do a good job, but I've tried chapati. It needs a lot of patience. I'm not so good. I'm not so good on the chapati, but my wife is an expert, so we enjoy.
Yeah, you know what you can do while doing chapatis? Is dance. Unakatika something.
I saw you dancing, Similion. I saw you on TV. What was that you were doing? It was KTN. Was it KTN?
Yeah, it was KTN. Yeah.
Yeah, you were dancing on KTN. I was like, how did they find you? How did they find you? How did they know that they saw you online?
Yeah, they saw me online. And the lady BBC too. Did you see that one?
Even BBC.
Yes.
No, I need to send me a link for the BBC one. That's so interesting.
Yeah, I'll send you.
Hey, now who's the celeb now? I have not been on BBC. Who's the celeb? You are the celeb.
I am you're Mwaniki and I'm Carol, and we are not celebrities. We're just normal people.
We're just normal people. Okay. So.
Doing things that are fun, because this is fun. When I'm
it is fun.
It was during this COVID time, and I was alone in the kitchen because all our employees were home. We didn't have much to do. So what I did is I started putting on music. And I was doing chapatis, and I was dancing to Diamond or whatever. And my daughter came and started taking some videos.
Filming, yes.
Yeah. And I thought like, this is nice. I'll just put it online. And people started liking them and wanting more and wanting. And I was doing every day. I was doing it.
Just like that. It became a hit instantly.
But it was many people were talking about it, and it was just something positive during this where negative things were happening. So I was getting
too much negative. You're doing something positive, making people happy,
and what I got were messages of people. Remember, there's a lady who wrote to me and said, "Mother has been sick. She's in the hospital, and when she sees, she doesn't talk. But when she sees your videos dancing, she laughs."
Oh my goodness.
And when you hear something like that,
it's therapeutic. It's therapy.
It is. And after that, I thought, I'm gonna continue doing this. And it's fun,
And it's a lot of fun, And you're a good dancer, which helps. It helps that you're a good dancer.
Not really. let's just say I like dancing,
No,
but
at
not
least no, but at least you dance to the tune that you're listening to, not to the next song. Some people dance to the next song.
yeah, that's the Germans, but we're not saying that so loud. Sorry, Christian.
Oh yes, yeah. It's the Germans. If you give them a dance, they
Hey,
will. They'll dance to
yeah,
the
yeah.
last song, the song that lasts.
What was that about dancing to the last song? It was the
Yeah.
the Indians dance to the last song and the Europeans to the next one, something like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
That's so
Ah,
funny.
yeah. Mwaniki, can you just tell me what is the most extraordinary dish you ate during, or you've eaten so far? You're still continuing with the show,
I'm
so
still
I
continuing.
think
Yes,
you
we've
get
stopped
to.
now because of COVID, but we'll be back as soon as we are opened up again. I
Yeah,
think the most extraordinary dish. There's several extraordinary dishes that I've had.
yeah.
Um, I've eaten feet of chicken,
Okay.
and the feet of chicken are actually very tasty. Surprising. The skin on the feet of the chicken is actually very nice. And then you start eating the tendons in between there, and before you know it, you're left with very little. Only the claws are left.
Even with the nails.
No,
The feet.
only the nails are left. You only leave the nails. The nails you don't eat the nails, but everything else
Okay.
is edible. In fact, it gets softer and softer as you keep crushing it in the teeth. You can actually finish crush even the bones. It's actually very nice. That's
Okay.
it's very nice, a delicacy.
How was it?
Um,
How was it prepared?
but
The feet.
just boiled with salt.
Okay.
Just boiled with salt. Yeah, simple.
Some
Very simple.
Kenyeji
Yeah,
chicken.
yeah, Kenyaji chicken. Yeah, Kenyaji chicken.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was like a joke. I said, do you guys eat this thing? He said, yeah, we do. So I said, so let me try. So there we were, and
Mm,
it was very nice. I like that. More elaborate, I like what the Teso do. The Teso are a tribe that straddles both Uganda and Kenya. They
yeah.
are from they're close to the Luos, but they're called
Mhm.
a Luyat subtribe. I don't know why they're called a Luya subtribe, but then they're more close. I think it's because they have got Bantu tendencies. They have the cultures and like rites of passage and everything are
Mm,
very Bantu. But even the
yeah.
language and the features are very Luo, very Nilotic.
Okay. Okay.
Um, so anyway, so these guys they spend time preparing the food. One of the things that they
Yeah.
do very well is meat. They boil meat and until all the water is gone, so it gets a bit crunchy. So all the water is gone, and then it's almost starting to burn. Um, that's one of the ways to do it. The other way they do it is they smoke it. They smoke it until it's really really hard.
Yeah.
Then they grind peanuts until they make peanut sauce.
Hmm.
My goodness, that peanut it's actually peanut butter, but it's
Yeah.
really this is after
Grind, and then what do they do with that after
oh
grinding?
sorry, before I missed the process. They
Yeah.
actually they roast them first. They roast
Okay.
the ground nuts. Once they've
Yeah.
roasted the ground nuts, they pound them until they become paste. Like
Hmm.
it's actually peanut butter. They make peanut butter.
Yeah.
Then what the meat, they put the meat
Let's have a look
back
at that.
in a bit.
Let's have a look at
Oh, I want that chapati. I want that chapati.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
I'm getting hungry now.
this is what I'll
Uh,
be eating in
I'll
a.
disappear and go and get some chapos from the kitchen. That looks so
Maybe told
good.
your wife to do chapos parallel so that you can have them after this.
Oh, I should have told her. Yes, no, but she did some for the weekend, so I think there's
Okay.
one more.
Okay.
We've been malizering them, yeah. So
Yeah.
so after they make the paste, they put the
Yeah.
meat back on in a bit of water, so
Mm-hmm.
that it softens up a little. They put a lot of
Yeah.
salt so that it's
Yeah.
got the saltiness. Then when there's still a little bit of water, they put in the peanut sauce, and they let it boil for kidogo too, until the sauce and the meat are one. Then that thing is eaten with ugali of from millet and
Yes.
natural vegetables, akina managu and
Yeah. Yeah.
managu.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one called? Managu and okay, forget the
Terere.
other one. Yeah, and terere, yes, managu and terere.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even know what English names for that is. I have
I
no
also
clue.
don't know.
Nobody knows that.
Names,
Yeah.
are there
But they're
English
traditional
for-
greens. Traditional greens.
Yeah.
So you eat that, and I tell you, it is on another level. The peanut sauce, which is also very rich in protein, and then the meat,
Yeah.
which has been dried, and then it becomes soft again. Oh my goodness.
That sounds
I really
good.
yeah. It's very, very elaborate. Then, of course, there's the foods from the coast. Like the guys from the coast, they love sugar. They use a lot of sugar.
They do. I
So
didn't know that.
they make mahamris and
Yeah.
they'll use iliki. Iliki is
I
cardamom. Is
love
it cardamom?
cardamom. Yeah. And I
Yeah,
love,
they use a lot
yeah.
of that.
Mm.
And they put
So I'm
sugar
seasoning
crystal.
the
Oh,
meat.
what's that? Oh, nice. So
The meat.
that's
Yeah.
pepper. You put in
That's
black pepper.
I put
Uh-huh.
salt, pepper, and then I put in some cayenne pepper too, because I like
Oh
it.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Chili is
yeah.
great. I
So
love that too. I love
my
that too.
pan is very hot. So what I'll
Okay,
do
good
is
sizzling, eh?
I'll sear the meat on the
Yes, you
pan.
sear it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then I take it out, put some vegetables, just some nice
The colored
vegetables.
pepper. Yeah.
Yeah, and some onions. And
Mhm.
after that, I'll just gratinate that with cheese and then put it in the chapati fold. Ah, yeah, tell me about the coastal dishes. Tell me about the coastal dishes.
I am going to the kitchen to make it myself just now. Oh wow! So now, okay, so you're putting the meat in, eh?
I'm putting the
Can we
meat
see
in.
that? Can we see that? Can we see that? Is there a way of seeing it? Can the camera go close? Oh, no? Oh, there we go. Oh, even the sound. Oh, there we go. Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
I have a special place for beef in my heart. I love beef so much.
You love beef.
It's very interesting.
Yeah,
I love beef.
I try
I went
not.
to a country. I went to Botswana.
Yeah.
You try not to?
Yeah, just continue. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Okay. So I went to Botswana, and you know Botswana, there are more cows than there are people, and they export their beef. Yeah, they export their beef to Saudi Arabia, to to Europe, to different places that do not have as much beef. So it's one of the biggest exports. Apart from diamonds, it's the second second biggest export. So they have lots of ways. Oh, that meat is sounding so good. I can even smell it now.
The smell. And then now I put in
The aroma.
some garlic.
Oh wow. Yeah, so in Botswana, they've got many ways of making beef. One of the ways that they do it is something called seswa. Now, seswa is the chunks of beef.
Yeah.
Just get chunks of beef, put it in a cauldron, a big sufuria, and they put salt and just kidogo onions, and they let it. First of all, they sear it completely. Then they put in onions and everything, and then they put in water, and they let it cook under very slow fire for 12 hours.
Whoa.
For 12 hours. Yeah. Oh, that beef looks so good. Yes.
Yeah.
When you get it in the morning, because it's normally done overnight, and the chapo is going to be deadly. When they do it, when you get it in the morning, it tears apart like this. So what they do, they pound it. Yeah, they pound it and putting in a bit of chili and a bit of pepper. They pound it, and then you get that this one. But they don't let all the water dry off. So there's a bit of juice in it. It's wetish.
Yeah.
My goodness. When I make it in Kenya, I put potatoes because you have to have potatoes. We call it tuber nation. The tuber. Yeah. Anyway, so that meat. Oh,
it's delicious.
It is and it keeps, because it's cooked for so long. It keeps, so you just keep taking a little. My wife likes it because she makes pies with it. She spices it up and makes very nice pies.
Okay, yeah. And because it's
She's
nice
actually
and
a very good cook.
Is she?
I married her because she cooks very well.
And it's nice to have somebody who cooks. I let my husband cook sometimes, but he's a fast kind of guy. So when when I'm not in the kitchen, because like 7 days a week I'm in this kitchen. So
Yes, of course.
I try.
At home, you want to try not to. Yes.
Yeah. So I let him cook sometimes, and he's the kind of guy who
Nice.
just he's a burger kind of guy, and just
Chop.
things that araka, and the kids
I
love
missed you. I lost you there.
that. And now you
What
hearing
did
me?
you say? I can hear you. What did you say? What kind of guy is he?
He likes making things like burgers and fast foods.
Oh yeah.
And
Quick, yes.
And the kids love that, because I remember there's a time I made fish myself. They like fish fingers, so he buys the fish fingers from supermarket. I actually
Nice,
I'm not
nice.
supposed to do that to the chef. And then one day I made them myself because because I thought you buy a nice piece of fish and you put breadcrumbs on, and they said,
Yes.
you know what, the ones dad makes are better.
Are
And these
better.
that. And I was like, that can be true,
Ah,
because of fish
they prefer his. Yours was fresh, but they liked his better.
Yeah, that's
No,
yeah.
I like the way
But
you're tossing the pili pili hoho.
the ho-hos, and it's looking beautiful because of
Oh,
the colors.
looking so colorful. Oh, nice.
Yeah, and what I also
That's
put in, I don't
so
know if you know, this basil.
Yeah,
but
basil, of course.
yeah,
Basil,
but this,
basil.
basil. Okay, to say my basil, Sasa.
Mm,
This basil, I'll say basil. This basil that has it's a crossbreed of mint and basil, so it has a really nice taste. And you can combine beef very well with mint.
with mint, yes.
Mint,
Yes,
and
yes.
then mint and basil. This combination is just, and that's what I'll do now.
Nice.
This dish,
Nice.
yes. I think you should come here and do one session of foods of Kenya, because I do foods of Kenya.
Yes, you're right. We can actually do a foods of Kenya in Germany.
Yes, exactly.
I
That
agree
would be.
completely.
So here I have the meat in. I've
You've
returned
thrown it in already? Yes.
So because I don't want the vegetables to be very, very soft. So then, can you put on the thing? I have to gratinate that in a minute.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask you one thing. So when in this era where there's a lot of YouTube, there's a lot of Facebook and all that, there's so much, there's so many ways to get information, to look at movies. Do people still watch television?
Yes, a lot. The thing is, the access to YouTube and other things is to those who only those who have got smartphones. So in Africa, or let me say in Kenya, we do have a lot of people with smartphones, but we have a majority of people who do not have smartphones. So so people access their content, the entertainment content, on TV, on free-to-air TV. It's called free-to-air TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are not, because I was thinking that I always have my smartphone with me, and I can watch everything there. I actually don't have to switch on the television.
Yes.
I'll go on Netflix and watch movies, and I don't like it's actually more for the older generation, or is it not?
The future, I think that is the future. The future is accessing your content on your phone or whatever it is. That's what the future is looking like. But at the present, even cinema is still a way of reaching people. So so you can still create unopened cinemas in Kenya, and you'll still be able to get people to come to the cinema. I think the good thing is opening up more opportunities for content to be viewed is a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you did not have this, you would not be on TV. I mean, we would not be seeing you, because we don't have German TV in Kenya.
That's true.
But now we can see you and watch you right around the whole world.
Yeah. And this is what I like about this global thing, because online, because it makes the world a global village. You get to. So, and now it's this time when I put on the
cheese. Oh man.
I just let you.
Unanitesa.
And then
Oh my goodness.
I'll put it under the
The grill.
yeah.
So it all melts in and becomes
Yes. And
yeah.
I'll take
I have to go and make this now.
Please to wait. I'll just fold it in right now.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
So where do people do, when a young Kenyan is starting with acting and all that kind of thing? Do we have schools, colleges?
Yes. A lot of schools have got it, but acting, not so much. What people do for acting is go to the National Theatre and hook up with auditions, because there's an audition board where all sorts of auditions are put up for film, for short films, long films, features, for stage plays and that kind of thing. So the actors go there, they see, and then they go and try out. So a lot of that is just by auditions. You remember there was the school drama festivals.
Remember that? I used to love that. I was always in.
So a lot of when you see, like for instance, when they were looking for actors for a very famous show in Kenya called Tahidi High, which is Tahidi High School.
I know that.
Yes. So they actually went to the drama festivals to look for the best actors and give them roles in Tahidi High. So that's another resource. That's another resource area for actors and that kind of thing. So so that's how people get into acting mainly. That's how they get into acting.
And I used to love drama in school. I was
were you an actress?
I was trying, but I think for me it was more of wanting to do those school trips, so I got into everything. I just wanted to go. I went to Ndurumo in Nyahururu, Ndurumo High School.
Ndurumo.
It was a beautiful school. I still have very, very fond memories of that time. It was really
nice.
It was really a nice time. I look at our beef.
Yes,
I think it's ready.
Check it out. Oh my goodness, you have really shumekiad me today.
Yes, it's really looking good. Mwaniki, I tell you, the cheese.
Oh man!
So just slide it into the chapati. Yes.
That is so nice.
And then what I'll do now is
it's like a tortilla, eh?
Yes. I'll slice in the basil, the meat.
Yes. Also, you put that in. You don't even cook it even at all. Just
you don't fry natural. It. No. Because when you cook herbs, mostly they lose the taste a bit. Yeah.
No, but I like my oregano with nini when I cook it in the food.
Yeah, something like oregano. Yeah. For the pizza thing.
Yes. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness.
Just have a look at that, Mwaniki.
Oh dear.
That is your dish. That is your dish.
That is my dish.
Looking lovely.
I have loved it.
And then just
and put some garnish. Yeah, look at that. You're garnishing it.
Some
cherry
nice
tomatoes.
Yeah, just for the color.
Oh, nice.
Some around. And then I could do something like this, some.
Oh yeah, dots there. No, I gave me a view. It's like a wedding. No, I make a view.
Oh, here is your dish. Mr. Mwaniki Mageria.
Fantastic. So bite into it and taste it and tell me how it tastes.
Do I? No,
yes.
It's so good.
Okay, all right. No, you have to taste it. Yeah. Even my dog wants to join. He wants to join. Oh, Kiffy, look here.
Oh, this is
okay. Now go.
So delicious. It's so delicious, Mwaniki.
He wanted to join. Are you seeing?
Delicious.
Oh, fantastic.
Delicious. Thank you so much, Mwaniki. Thank you
Thank
for
you
your
for
time.
cooking my dish for me.
Oh yeah, and you know, I think I'll be doing this. This tastes very. I've never done it.
Doesn't it?
Oh,
Isn't it? It's great, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
that, and thank you for your time, and continue the good work you're doing. It's been lovely
Thank you very
chatting
much.
with you, and I
It's
still
been
have
lovely being the Jikoni.
yeah, and you taking me to River Road to eat vibibis, being such a celeb. You know, I'm still thinking, hey, this guy. But those were the best, the best vibibis I've ever eaten. They were really
It was
good.
fantastic.
And
They were
that's what
very
I
good.
remember you. When I remember Mwaniki, I remember the vibibis. And
Vibibis, eh?
you know, promise next time I come to Kenya, we are doing foods of Kenya together.
Absolutely. And in fact, we can even take it further. We can actually do a Karibuni Jikoni as well, because I actually want to start a restaurant. So that's something I'd like to do for next year.
Let's do that.
Mm.
That's a good idea. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. See you next
Thank you,
Tuesday
Carol.
on Karibuni Jikoni. This let me cook your dish. Mwaniki, bye-bye for now. I'll catch up with you. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.